Peter, how much do you want us to talk about our characters? Do you want us to talk about the dark secrets and things like that? Is that okay?
Well, if you guys want to, I was. It's really me. I've been delving into the system and coming up with a scenario. I'm not entirely sure if you want to discuss that, but it's up to you. It's. I think it would be a very good idea as well.
Okay.
Just.
Here comes Ola.
All right. If you want to, you can keep your dark secrets to yourself and tell along with me, the game master, or you can have it here in the chat, for example, and discuss it openly.
Ola,
what do you think would be the best?
Oh.
It's a big question. It's a common question to the player group.
I'm afraid I would be if there's no game mechanics reason to keep it secret, then I don't see a reason to keep it secret for me.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, if someone wants to, I'm not going to demand it, but I'm okay.
I was more wondering if I missed that mechanic.
Right. We played a game recently in which there's something called a dark secret, in fact, which was critical to keep secret until you didn't. But you don't want to just. But it was very important not to just reveal it at the start of play out of game.
Well, I think there's no mechanical reason. There's only storytelling reason why you should keep it secret. So.
Okay. Just to follow up, Ola, we went through our characters' archetypes to make sure we weren't overlapping, and so far we are all independent archetypes. So now is your chance. What archetype are you interested in, or have you chosen, or whatever?
I'm interested in the servant. So is that taken?
No, that's fantastic.
Oh, all right, but I need someone to serve.
Oh, okay. Well, that's important. I have my character. I don't think I said mine. I should have said it. Mine is priest. So we have a priest, a servant. We have a writer, and we have a vagabond and a hunter.
Right.
A priest, a vagabond, a hunter, and
a writer. And actually, maybe we should go by social class, right? I mean, someone who has a higher social class is somebody who will need a servant.
It doesn't necessarily need to be one.
No.
For me, because of my background. I'm. How much have you told each other about?
Not very little. We were just beginning. We were just going through archetypes at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. But then we can just continue, because I think it's the servant, but it's more like, I think I went with the randomness thing at the background,
right. Mm-hmm.
And it was he's more like a goon.
Ah, so he'll serve. Right. Okay.
He will serve someone, but he has a criminal background that he's trying to get away from. Now he's offering his services, because the only thing he's been basically working in the on the West Coast, Gothenburg, where I come from. He's from Gothenburg, but there was trouble. He had to leave. So he's trying to start a new life, and but on the other side of the back side.
From one Gotland to the other Gotland, right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Right.
So yeah.
Sounds pretty exciting.
My character is a troubled young priest, so that seems like at least one possibility for someone for your character to be a servant of. But that's a possibility. I'm just raising it as a chance, not as a request.
You can have an audition for me.
That's right. Who wants it? Well, yes. Choose your master.
Yes.
So in that case,
yes, I was gonna bring up as well that I plan to set this in the 1880s of Norrköping.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure Ola got the message, but we're gonna start off at the Norrköping prison, which was also both a prison and a mental facility at the time. So overall, I had in mind for this, what do you call it, this adventure, this mystery, so to speak, to also incorporate a bit of the history of Sweden as well, and especially local history as well.
I am extremely excited
in regard
about that.
to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been delving into both researching both local history and what do you call it, the local Vaesen and local folklore as well for coming up with a scenario, and also taking bits of the various pieces of scenarios here and there and merging it together and blending it on with my own stuff.
I think that sounds great.
Since I'm new to the what do you call it, new to the mechanics and systems as well, I think I've grasped what we call 99% of it.
Right.
And I think I'm ready for next Tuesday to start off in that case. Like I said, it's a good opportunity to what do you call it, delve into the characters and discuss them and make sure that everyone is comfy with the setting as well. Since it is a little historical after all, and set in the 1880s, there are of course stratifications to society, and there's a little bit of sexism, though I will not bring it up too much.
I think it sounds like a great idea. I love the idea of delving into the history. So I'm really interested in everybody's characters' basic backgrounds. I know the archetypes now. I know the social class for two of us. And also, I guess, since they have professions inside the archetypes, my character is a vicar, which is sort of like a very community-oriented priest, and not like a high church official or, a heretic or anything like that.
Is it kyrkoherde in Swedish?
Yes, the vicar is kyrkoherde.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's actually you have a church somewhere in that.
Right.
You are part that you are like have as what do you call it?
You're an official in a diocese.
So I actually this is my place that I have to take care of and maintain and okay.
The Norrköping diocese would be most appropriate.
Sure. No, that makes perfectly good sense. My character is young and quite troubled. There's he's riddled by doubt and was I love the fact that if you roll doubt on the life events table for the vicar or the priest, the piece of gear that you get is a bottle of liquor. So, I get it. Right? So I am a priest with a bottle and doubts.
Well, there's all kinds of spirits to enlighten those.
Exactly, right. I also got to watch, now this was very lucky in my role, because I rolled this. I got to watch the Grimm at the church tear apart the thieves. And then my doubt said, make up somebody that you respected who did something terrible. So, of course, the priest was stealing the silver, and the Grimm tore them apart. So I'm all traumatized and, doubtful. Oh, and the devil talks to me.
Yes.
Right. So everything's wrong with this guy. I mean, it's
all right to install the mental institution then.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's in the mental institution, but he definitely, definitely when somebody starts raving about crazy demons and spirits, he goes, "Oh, that's terrible." Yeah, and thinks to themselves, "I better keep my mouth shut." So, or else they'll stick me in here. So, what about other people's characters for social class and profession?
I can go if you want. Okay, so my character is young. He's going to be 17.
Mm-hmm.
He's a vagabond as a profession. So basically, he's running away, and he has been running away for a lot of time now, since he was a child. Very poor, barely able to survive, but still has some money saved. So it's not like if he doesn't find food, he's not going to die on the next day. That's annoying to play. His motivation is stop being afraid of everything, because he's shy and scared. Everything frightening him. And this started because he saw the death of a loved one. I did not define what exactly or who exactly yet. Probably sister or something like that. So since that time is basically running away. And for the dark secrets, I think I'm going to keep it for me for now. But that's also related to the fact that he is afraid and he wants to change.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can send it to me.
Yeah, I will send you the non-edited character sheet.
Mm-hmm. Sounds very good. Sounds pretty exciting already. A runaway child and a very strange vicar.
Well, that's troubled, hears voices, sees demons.
All right. Okay.
That's like usual vicar stuff.
That's right.
Hears voices. You're supposed to hear the voice of God, and you.
Possibly. So, what about some of the other characters? What kind of social classes and actually, Nathan, for your character, I don't know the tables or the rules. What social class do you come from?
I think resource 0, so I think it's poor.
Okay.
Yeah, poor. It's poor and sickly.
Oh, great. Yeah.
I did not roll. I just decided.
Right. Oh, poor and sickly. It sounds great.
Yeah.
So then, what about Henna or Ola?
I mean, as I said, my social status is just above poor. No, I mean, I think I'm on the pay grade. I just moved from vagabond to what I am now, and I think that what it is called is I'm an enforcer. That was
that's
the
the profession.
But and that's the profession. But I think that is equivalent to someone that like collects debts and things like that. And I didn't like that because I might have been an enforcer, but since it wasn't a part of the servant class, I kind of thought that it was nice to have been an enforcer, but try to move away from my criminal background and become a servant.
Right.
But I'm no sort of a butler, more like a kind of your right hand.
Right.
Yeah, handyman. Handyman, but more like fixes stuff for people. My motivation is like always one step ahead.
Right. You're in charge of making sure that your boss doesn't have problems. Right.
Yeah, and I guess that I come from a very, very authoritative and violent background. So I'm really the only thing I know is to like read people and try to guess what they want and then give them that. And that might not always be that successful. But I'd probably go under the name. I listen to my surname, so I'm just like I'm referred to as Carlsson. just Carlsson.
Yeah.
Because that's my because I have no title,
Right.
so I'm just my surname.
Right.
But my actual criminal name back then, because I think I'm wanted. But what I think I'm wanted by the police, but since I'm such a low life and no high end criminals, there's no like enormous criminal investigation going on with me. So I'm not top of the list of like wanted people. So if I go back to Gothenburg and like move around the police office, they would probably grab me, but they have no one looking for me. Right. But I'm a bigger problem is that I probably killed someone. That was part of the criminal scene in Gothenburg, and their like strings and their I mean the criminal network is much more powerful than the police probably in this, especially when it comes to like Gothenburg harbor city with a lot of like shipments coming in from Europe and things like that. So
we all know it's a den of thieves.
Yes, it's most certain, and at least some parts are, and it has commonalities with Norrköping because it's also a lot of like textile industry and things like that. So I was thinking there was probably a commonality with a lot of other cities in Sweden also.
That reminds me, when was the Göta Canal is there in the 1880s, right? That was dug before that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's older than that.
I think it's
so it was.
But it's not very much older, I think.
Right.
But someone is using Google now, I see. So.
Okay.
It was finished in 1832. It goes between Gothenburg and Norrköping.
Yeah. So it's had a few decades of active use. So plenty of room for the criminal networks to form along it.
Around 50 years.
Yeah,
yes.
That's plenty.
So around 50 years. So going through the Göta Canal, coming here from Gothenburg would be an excellent idea.